Welcome back, students. We're doing the chain rule, which is by far the most important topic in the entire Calculus 1. Not surprisingly, we have to do a lot of things, a lot of repetitions. We went through elementary problems, a little bit harder problems. The most important type, the kind of the most important type, the kind of problems that you have to combine chain rule with product rule, quotient rule, or both. And then we went through some second derivative problems. And let's repeat these kind of things to trigonometric functions. Let's see, shall we do all these? I intend to do all these. Not everybody has to go through all those lesson videos, especially in this kind of case where we have a lot of repetition of same topic. But more can always replace less, so I intend to go over all these. I think I'll have to spend more than one video clips here, maybe more than two, but we'll see, we'll try. Let's go with first problem. We have this product, which includes some power functions and then log function and trig function. First, let's make an elementary observation here. What is this 2 over square root? You can rewrite it as 2x to the which part? It is negative 5s power. Is that clear to everybody? This must be clear. Coefficient is 2, no question about that. This whole thing can be rewritten as a power form like this. How about this part? Does it look like a quotient? No, not really, not really. 1/2, I can always put it down like this. Put it up like that, excuse me. And then this is nothing more than just, well, sum of two functions. Okay. Let's go ahead with the derivative now. And the outer structure is going to be the product rule. The derivative of the first function and the second function plus first function times the derivative of the second function. Let's see. 1/2 derivative of the first function and then the second function u prime v plus first function times the derivative of the second function. That's the structure of the problem here. Let me slow down by putting these dots in here and then repeating the same process in the next step. If you're comfortable with just doing this in a single step, go ahead. This is simple enough that you can handle it. Okay, let's finish this problem. The derivative of the first function. How to take the derivative of this? 6x minus plus because multiply 5x to the what power? Subtracting 1 from the power. What do you get? Negative 7/2. Did I do this right? Negative 2 times negative 5/2 becoming positive 5. I guess I did it right. Same, and then the last one. Let's go ahead with derivative of this log function. 3 times 1 over x. 4 times the derivative of tangent. Here goes the problem, and looks like I didn't have to use any chain rule at all. Next, x squared plus sine of x divided by tangent of x. Okay, this looks like a quotient rule. Quotient rule requires a little bit bigger font for better understanding, so let's go ahead and do that. we need denominator squared. That's really conspicuous, so very few people make mistake there. And then we have u prime v minus u v prime. That is the structure of the quotient rule. The derivative of the denominator, which we will fill up a little bit later, and then this denominator, this denominator, we just copy it, and then the numerator, we just copy it, and then we have to work out the derivative of the denominator a little bit later in a separate line. And let's finish the problem like this. What is the derivative of numerator is here? 2x plus, what's the derivative of sine? That completes the derivative of the numerator. Here comes the derivative of the denominator, derivative of tangent. And there you go. You just used the quotient rule, and that's about it. We didn't have to use any chain rule. Good. 2 relatively simple problems are done. And do I need to keep it? Well, I don't have to. I already have the answer key here. Yeah, that 2 has an answer key, so I don't need to keep these. Let's go over to the next problem. Let me see. Do I have enough time? I guess so. Let's go ahead with this problem. H of y is equal to this, and let me increase the font. Maybe too big. And then let's work out this problem. How do we do this? It's gonna be a quotient rule again, it appears. We need the denominator squared. That's really conspicuous, so very few people miss it. And then you need u prime v minus u v prime. Kind of house rule. In parentheses, I'm gonna just copy and paste u prime v, and then u v prime, and then in these brackets we're gonna take the derivatives and then put those in, but we're gonna do those in the next step. Okay, we got the quotient rule structure correctly. Okay, ready to complete this problem. Let's do it. U prime, the derivative of the numerator, let's do this. Derivative of 3y squared, 6y. Derivative of tangent, sec squared. And that completes u prime, the derivative of the numerator. Next, the derivative of the denominator, and that looks like a bit of a trouble here. The sine of y is gonna be okay. And then what do we have now? We need the derivative of this product. It's gonna be another product rule here. Shall we go ahead with the product rule? Ready? Okay. 2y times derivative of the second function, y squared times derivative of the second function. Derivative of the second function is negative sign, so you can get this negative sign and then change this one into negative. Like this. And that'll make this problem slightly simpler. and I'll call the final line as the final answer. If you stop with the second line, that's okay. This change of sign is nothing more than just simplification, not even necessary simplification, so everything looks okay. Okay, so much for the first 3 problems, and looks like the next 3 problems we'll have to do in the next video clip.